Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to start Exp22 Exit Chapter 3 ML1 Airports. Project description: as an analytics of the airline industry, you track the number of the passenger at the 6 major US airport Atlanta. Here you can see it's a project description. I am dealing with Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Database Access. If you need the solution of any Microsoft class, I am here to record it for you. Now I am going to move for the project steps. Start, exit, download and open the file name Exp22 Exit Chapter 3 ML1 Airports. Grader has automatically added to your last name of the beginning of the file name. Here you can see it's the project description. Now I'm going to move for the project file here. Let's say create a cluster column chart for the ranges A4 to L10, cut the chart and paste into A15. Here you can see I am going to copy the range. A4 to L10. I have selected the range and now I am going to insert a cluster column chart. Here you can see cluster column chart. Cut the chart and paste into A15. Here you can see I have cut the chart and paste into A15. Type messenger. Okay, here you can see I am going to solve step number 3. Type passenger count of top US airport for the chart title. Swap the data on the category axis and in the legend. Swap the data on the category axis and in the legend. Okay, here you can see now I'm going to move to swap the data according to the instruction. Okay, now I'm going to move for my next step. Is say set 3.5 height and 11.4 width for the chart. 3.5 height. Here you can see 3.4 height and 11.4 width. Okay, now I'm going to move for my next step. Apply the style 7 to the chart style. Now I'm going to chart design. You can see. Now select the 7 chart style 7. Now I'm going to move for my next step. Change the display unit to million for the value axis and added the axis title to the display. Okay. Change the display unit to million for the value axis. Okay, now you can see here. Change the display unit to million of the value axis. Value axis. Here you can see display unit to million for the value axis. Added the axis title for the display million of passengers. Here you can see copy this text. Added the axis title to display axis title. Okay, Now I'm going to move for my next step. Display the data label above the column outside and position of 2019 data series. Display the data label above the column of 2019. Okay. Here you can see I have added the display outside 2019 data series. Now I'm going to move for my next step. Apply the light gradient S1 gradient fill to the chart area. Apply the light gradient S1 gradient fill to the chart area. Okay. For chart area. Fill color, gradient fill, and it's a S1 gradient fill color for the chart area. Now I'm going to move for my next step, step number 7. At alt text, the column chart display the number of passengers. Now I'm going to move to add the alt text. The column chart displays the unit of passengers. We alt text I already copied and then close this one. Now I'm going to move for my next step. Create cluster bar chart to the range. Here you can see I'm going to show the step number 8. Create cluster bar chart from the range A5 to A10. Alpha 1210. Here you can see create a cluster bar chart. Here you can see I have inserted a cluster bar chart. Then it says move the chart sheet name bar chart. Move this chart to a new sheet name bar chart. Now you can see this chart at a new sheet. Okay. Here you can see today I am going to solve Exp22 Exit Chapter 3 ML1 Airport. If you need a solution of this project, you can directly text me through WhatsApp or email. I am here to do a coordinate for you. Now I am going to move for my next step, step number 9. Change the chart color to monochromatic plate 5. Now I am going to change the chart color monochromatic plate 5. Here you can see I have changed the chart color to monochromatic. Enter passenger as top 6 US chart title. Okay. Apply the style 5 as a chart style. I have applied the 5. Add alt text. Now I am going to move to add alt text according to the instruction. Atlanta, most passenger copy this text, and now I am going to add alt text according to the instruction. Now I am going to move for my next step. Change the font size to 10 for the category axis and the value axis. Now I am going to change the font size at Home tab. 10 for the category axis and 10 for the value axis. Now I'm going to move for my next step. Change the value axis maximum bound 1 point. Okay. Change the value axis maximum bound. I have changed the maximum bound according to the instruction. I have done the step number 8, 9. Sorry, I have done the step number 10. Now I am going to move for my next step, step number 11. It says, format the Atlanta data point with the dark blue fill color. Atlanta data point. And in home tab, fill color is dark blue. Dark blue fill color. Here you can see I am going to edit the Atlanta. Dark blue fill color. Here you can see I have added this to dark blue fill color. Add primary minor vertical grid line. Grid line, primary minor vertical grid line. Here you can see I have made this replacement. Now I am going to move for my next step, step number 12. It says, create a line chart using the ranges A4 to enter in the passenger worksheet. Now I am going to set a new chart that's known as range chart in the passenger worksheet. Copy this ranges and insert and recommend chart. You can see it's a line chart. I have inserted a line chart. Okay, then it says move the chart to a new sheet named line chart. Now I am going to move this chart. Line chart. Add the chart title. Okay, and bold the title. It's already bolded. Now I'm going to move for the next step, step number 13. It says set the minimum bound 4.07 for the value axis and set the maximum bound 1.1 E8. Okay, now I'm going to do this one, step number 13. Set the minimum bound and maximum bound for the value axis. Here is the value axis. Now I am going to move to set the minimum and the maximum bound 4.0 E7 and the maximum bound is 1.1 E8. Okay, I have added this. Set the vertical value axis display unit to millions. Delete the value axis display units label from the unit left. Okay. Now I am going to set the display unit for the value axis to million. Okay, here you can see I have added this. Change the font size 10 for the value axis and category axis. Font size 10 for the value axis and the category axis. Now I am going to move forward. Move the legend on the top. Here you can see. Move the legend on the top. I have moved the legend on the top. Open the select data dialog box and deselect the check boxes to even the number of the years. Okay. Here you can see it's a number of let's select these ranges. Open the select bar and deselect the check boxes that even numbers. Even numbers. Okay. I have made this replacement. Now I am going to add alt text, copy this text. Here you can see I am going to copy this text and close this one. I am dealing with Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Database Access. Text me through WhatsApp or email if you need the solution of any Microsoft class. I am here to do a quadrigate for you. Now it says display the passenger worksheet and insert a line spark line in the ranges M5 to M10. Now I am going to solve the step number 14. Select the data B5 to L10 in the passenger worksheet. Here you can see, and it say insert a line spark line in the range M5 to M10. M5 to M10. Here you can see I have inserted a line spark line. Now I am going to move for the next step number 15. Show the high and low point each spark line. High point and low point for the each spark line. Apply black text one color for the high point. Okay. Black text one for the high point. Here you can see. Next it says set the page format, set legal paper size, select the landscape orientation 0.3 left and right margin and scale on one page. In page layout size you can see here is the legal paper size, and then in margin tab 0.3 left and right. Okay. And horizontally okay, here you can see I have done this modification. I am dealing Microsoft all classes, simulation training, simulation exam, weekly assignments, weekly exam and weekly quizzes. Today I have done Exp22 Excel chapter 3 ML1 Airports. If you need a solution of any Microsoft class, I am here to do a quadrigate for you. Okay, thank you so much.